Girivardhari Sodanandana Brajanarandana Yashodanandana Brajanarandana Jamuna Tira Jamuna Tira Banachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Jaya Radha Kunja Vihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari Gopi Jana Vallabha Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari Sodanandana Brajanarandana Yashodanandana Brajanarandana Jamuna Tira Banachari Jamuna Tira Banachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari Sodanandana Brajanarandana Yashodanandana Brajanarandana Jamuna Tira Banachari Jamuna Tira Banachari Jamuna Tira Banachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Shri Sri Radha Madhava Ki. Jai Nityalila Vishnu Mishrapada Divine Grace A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki. Ananda Gauri Vaishnavinda Ki. Sadgoswami Prabhu Ki. Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki. Prem Shri Kaho Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda. Sri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaur Bhaktivinoda Ki. Sri Sri Radha Krishna Gopa Gopa Go. Shama Kun Radha Kun Giri Govardhana Ki. Brajabhumi Vrindavan Dham Ki. Grantara Srimad Bhagavad Dham Ki. Bolo Purushottam Mas Ki. Bolo Sri Sri Krishna Baldao Ki. Jai Gaur Premanandi. All glories to the Assembly of Body. All glories to the Assembly of Body. All glories to the Assembly of Body. All glories to Sri Guru Gauranga. Glories to you, Srila Prabhupada. So we're reading today from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 11, Chapter 2, text number, they have it on 40, but I was told 41. 41. Maharaj Nibi meets the 9 Yogendras. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Come Vayum Agnim Salilam Mahim Cha Jyotimsi Satvani Disho Drumadin Sarit Samudrams Cha Hare Sariram Yat Kim Cha Bhutam Pranamen Anyaha Kamayam Agnim Salilam Mahim Cha Jyotim Sisatvani Disho Drumadin Samit Samudram Chad Hare Sariram Yat Kim Chabutam Pranamed Ananyaha Kambayam Agnim Salilam Mahim Cha Jyotim Sisatvani Disho Drumadin Sarit Samudram Hare Sariram Yakim Chabutam Pranamed Ananyaha Kambayam Agnim Salilam Mahim Cha Jito Jyotismi Satvani Disho Drumadin Sarit Samudram Hare Sarirani Sriram Yat Kim Cha Bhutan Pranamedananyaha Ladies, come, ether, Vayum, air, Agnim, fire, Salilam, water, Mahim, earth, Cha, and Jyotim, sea, the sun, moon, and other celestial luminaries. Satvani, all living beings. Dishaha, the directions. Druma Adin, trees, and other immovable creatures. Sarit, the rivers. Samudran, and oceans. Cha, also. Hare, of the Supreme Lord Hari. Sariram, the body. Yakimcha, whatever, Bhutam, in created existence. Pranamet, one should bow to. Ananyaha, thinking nothing to be separate from the Lord. Translation: a devotee should not see anything as being separate from the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna. Ether, fire, air, water, earth, the sun, and other luminaries, all living beings, the directions, trees, and other plants, the rivers and the oceans, whatever devotee experiences, he should consider to be an expansion of Krishna. Thus, seeing everything that exists within creation as the body of the Supreme Lord Hari, the devotee should offer sincere respects to the entire expansion of the Lord's body. Translation, please repeat. A devotee should not see anything as being separate from the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna. Ether, fire, air, water, earth, the sun, and other luminaries, all living beings, directions, trees and other plants, the rivers and oceans, whatever a devotee experiences, he should consider to be an expansion of Krishna. Thus, seeing everything that exists within the creation as the body of the Supreme Lord Hari, the devotee should offer his sincere respects to the entire expansion of the Lord's body. Very interesting verse, huh? So again, we have long purport, so we'll chant our Mangalacharana now. We'll go verse, paragraph by paragraph. Om Ajnana Timirandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshuru Militam Jena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namah Sri Chaitanya Manovistam Stapitam Jena Bhutale Sayam Rupa Gadamayam Dadati Swapadam Digam Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaur Bhaktivinoda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. The purport by the followers of His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila Jiva Goswami has given this example from the Puranas. Yat pashyati tatvanu gati sayena jagadana mayam lubdaha kamukaha kamini mayam iti vat hare shariram. Because of a greedy person's obsession with money, wherever he goes, he sees an opportunity for acquiring wealth. Similarly, a very lusty man notices women everywhere. In the same way, a pure devotee should see the transcendental form of the Lord within everything, since everything is an expansion of the Lord. It's our practical experience that a greedy man will see money everywhere. If he goes to the forest, he will immediately consider whether it would be profitable to purchase the forest land and sell the trees to a paper mill. Similarly, if a lusty man goes to the same forest, he will look everywhere for beautiful women tourists who might happen to be there. And if a devotee goes to the same forest, he will see Krishna everywhere, knowing correctly that the entire forest, as well as the sky canopy above, is the inferior energy of the Lord. Krishna is supremely sacred, being the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And since everything exists, expands directly or indirectly from the body of the Lord, everything is sacred when seen through the eyes of a self-realized person. Therefore, stated in this verse, Pranamet, one should offer sincere respects to everything. Srila Jiva Goswami has mentioned that we should see the personal form of Krishna everywhere. So this is a very interesting example. Just like we know, a greedy person, wherever he goes, he'll simply think, oh, how I can make some money. Lusty person, wherever he goes, he'll just see lusty women. So same way, the devotee, he's understanding that everything in the expansion of the Lord's energy, he will see Krishna everywhere. Just like I remember the devotee who made me a devotee, somehow he went to the Los Angeles temple, old one, and Prabhupada happened to be there, and Prabhupada gave the lecture. And he's in the lecture, and he realized that Krishna is everywhere. And no matter which way you go, you're running into Krishna. No matter which way you fall, you're falling, And he just began laughing. And he just fell backward, realized, oh, Krishna is everywhere. And there was one of my god sisters, no longer in this world. She was sitting there, and she looked at him, and she said, and it gets better and better. So devotee, he sees Krishna everywhere because he sees this is an expansion of Krishna's energy. So therefore, Krishna also tried to give this argument to the gopis. That he sent a letter with Uddhav, that I'm everywhere, so you should not feel separate from me. But still, therefore, later in this purport, they'll make that point that we should not consider that this inferior energy is equal to the Lord. But still, because it's the Lord's property, it's the Lord's creation, we should also respect it. I remember many years ago, Brahmananda told us in a class that one day he was helping Prabhupada in the kitchen and he spilled some rice on the floor. And Prabhupada made him get down on the ground and pay his obeisances to those rice kernels. Because we should be we should see everything. We should see everything as belonging to Krishna. If we should see nothing, in that sense, nothing is separate from Krishna. It's like devotee, he goes to the forest, then he thinks, oh, just see what a beautiful forest. Just imagine what the forest in Goloka Vrindavan would be like. This forest here in this material world is so beautiful. Actually, we're thinking it's beautiful. When we go to the forest, we think, oh, so nice and everything. But a big war is going on there. All the trees are fighting each other to get sunlight. You see, they're growing taller and taller, then other ones grow taller and taller, then they grow taller and taller. Underneath the ground, big fight is going on for the minerals and water resources in the ground. It's actually this whole material world is actually a big battleground. You get down and you part the grass and you see there's some creatures jumping on another creature. We're seeing is all beautiful, but actually the reality of those situations is nothing in this material world is actually beautiful. Just like I remember Prabhupada gave I was a class in LA one time, Prabhupada was telling that there was a caravan going through the forest, going through the desert, excuse me. All the camels were going along through the desert. Camels were passing stool, and because it's desert, then it's very hot. So the top of the camel stool was drying out, whereas the bottom was still wet and sticky. So somebody said, the top of the stool is better than the bottom of the stool. And Prabhupada said, he's talking about stool. What is the question, good stool or bad stool? What is the question, good stool or bad stool? It's all stool. So we can appreciate, though it appears somewhat beautiful, we get some idea what the spiritual sky must be like. This verse does not approve of the impersonal atheistic philosophy that everything is God. In this regard, Srila Madhvacharya has quoted from Harivams, Sarvam Harer Vasatvena Shariram Tasya Banyate Anadyadipate Tate Tavachcha Tadananyam Udirayate Nachapya Veda Jagratam Vishnu Purna Gunasya Cha Tu. Because everything is under the control of the Supreme Lord Hari, everything is considered to be His body. He is original source and master of everything, and for nothing should be seen as different from Him. Nonetheless, one should not foolishly conclude that there is absolutely no difference between the material universe and Lord Vishnu, who is full of His own unique spiritual qualities. The example is often given of the sun and the sun rays. Sunshine is nothing but an expansion of the sun globe, and therefore there is no qualitative difference between the sun and its rays. But although the sunshine is situated everywhere, and although everything is a transformation of the sun's energy, the sun globe itself, the source of the sunshine, is not everywhere, but it is situated in a particular place in the vast sky and its own specific form. So here we have the famous example of the sun and the sunshine. The sun, we see it is heat and it is light, both. And the sunshine, it is also heat and light. But we can't say that the sunshine is, in one sense, it's non-different from the sun. It's the same as heat and light. But still, we see the sunshine comes in our room, and in the wintertime, we're very happy. Nowadays, we're not very happy at all. The sunshine comes within our room. But we can't say, because the sunshine is light and heat, and the sun is light and heat, therefore the sun has come within my room. We know that just like whoever gave class yesterday was saying that if the sun just moves, a little bit this way or a little bit that way, either this whole earth will freeze or it will burn up. So although the sunshine is non-different from the sun, we can't say the sun has come in within my room. Still, there's some difference. We should not fall into the Mayavad philosophy that everything is God. If we penetrate further into the sun globe, we shall find the sun god, Vivaswan. Although pseudo-intellectuals of the modern age were incapable of even counting the hairs on their own heads, will consider the sun god a mythological feature, it is actually the foolish mythology of the modern men to think that such a sophisticated apparatus of the sun, which provides heat and light for the entire universe, can function without intelligent administration. Transformations of solar energy make life possible on Earth, and thus the Earth can be understood to consist of an endless variety of secondary manifestations of all-pervading solar energy. So we see the sun as a bright globe in the sky. But here it says if we actually penetrate into the sun planet itself, then we can meet the sun god. Now naturally the modern people will say this is all mythology. But their so-called science that is all mythology. Every day it changes. Every day they discover something new, just like they published that wonderful book, what was it? Forbidden Archaeology. They found so many things that don't fit into their speculation about how the universe began. Suddenly they find something, they just throw that away or hide it. But now they're going there, now they made this Webb telescope and sent it out into space, and they're realizing everything they thought about the universe is wrong. So their science is mythology. It's not our scriptures are not mythology. Their science is myth. Every day they're changing. Actually we found these very advanced utensils that throw everything a million years off. So their science is mythology. Our scriptures is reality. So the focus is the same. The sun, there's the sunshine, there's the sun, and there's the sun god. Just like famous example is always given, the mountains. From a distance, it appears to be a dark cloud on the horizon. As we get closer, then we suddenly realize that it's a green mountain. But once we come right in the mountain, then we can see there's trees and squirrels and deer and antelope and so many things. We're all pointing in the same direction. Somebody's seeing it as a big cloud on the horizon, somebody's seeing it as a green mountain, another person is seeing all the different things inside the forest. Focus is the same, but all things are different. So though this expansion of energy, that is not different from Krishna, at the same time, Krishna's personal form, just like when Arjuna, he saw the universal form, he said, all right, yeah, let me see that two-handed form, I don't like this. So there's some difference, although there's expansion of Krishna, so we shouldn't fall for this Mayavad philosophy. So within the sun planet is the personality Vivaswan, the chief administrator of the solar functions. The sun globe itself is localized and the sun rays expand everywhere. Similarly, Sri Krishna, Shyam Sundar, is the original personality of Godhead, Bhagavan Swayam. He expands himself as the localized supersoul, Paramatma, in everyone's heart, and he finally expands his potency by his personally bodily glow, the all-pervading effulgence called the Brahmajyoti. The entire material manifestation floats within the rays of this Brahmajyoti, just as all life on earth is a transformation of the all-pervading rays of the sun. The entire cosmic manifestation is a transformation of the spiritual rays of the Brahmajyoti. So just like we see the sunshine is expanded everywhere, what form does it have? It doesn't have any form. But still it's coming from a particular globe. And here is explained that even if we go in that globe, we can see the particular personality. Because they gave the argument that the sun is moving, is doing so many incredible things every day. It's evaporating the water from the ocean. We can't drink the ocean water. It's all salty and filled with so many minerals and things that won't help us. But the sun evaporates the water, and then that vapor forms into clouds. Those clouds move over the mountains. Then they drop their water on the mountains, and it flows down in rivers. And the rivers nourish all living beings and carry all the impurities back into the ocean. It's all going on over and over again. So it's very interesting that something without any consciousness we see that if there's some system, that means somebody made the system. Like your whole computer works because somebody made some different system so that it all works. So, but we see the computer itself is not doing anything. Somebody has planned it all out. We know someone is there who's done it. So same, we see that this water, how is it doing the same thing over and over and again, in the most, very efficiently. Just like we have to move water, then we have to get these big tankers and they have to drive on the highways, and we have to make highways and big tankers, or sometimes we dig, canals in the earth to bring the water here and there. But Krishna, he's transferring millions and millions of gallons of water over the earth. It's falling down on top of the mountains and stored there. And the cold season is stored there as snow. Then in the summer, when we need water, then the snow melts and comes down as rivers and nourishes all living beings. And all the impurities that were created, they're all carried back to the ocean. Then again, it's purified. It's going around and around in a very, very orderly, very efficient. So automatically, we understand if there's a system, there's somebody who made the system. The water doesn't, we don't see the water making any system. Somebody else has made the system. As stated in the Brahma Samhita 540, Yasya prabha pavavato jagadanda koti koti smachesha vasudari vibhuti binnam tad brahma niskalamanalamasesha bhutam govindamari purusham tamaham bhajami govindamari purusham tamaham bhajami. I worship Govinda, the primeval Lord, who is endowed with great power. The glowing effulgence of his transcendental form is the impersonal Brahman, which is absolute, complete, unlimited, and which displays the varieties of countless planets with their different opulences, in millions and millions of universes. Therefore, the Brahmajyoti is a spiritual light that emanates directly from the body of the Lord. This universe is a transformation of that spiritual energy, and therefore everything exists in one sense connected directly with the personal body of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So, Prabhupada always used to quote this verse in his lectures. Prasya Shakti Vividaya Visriyate. Krishna has unlimited varieties of energies. So we can't say everything is one. He has different types of energies. And this Brahmajyoti, this is the effulgence that comes from his body. It expanded everywhere. We cannot say, what is this form? We can't say anything about it. But still it's coming from the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And by transforming that Brahmajyoti energy, then this material existence comes into play. So in one sense it's all connected with Krishna, but still it's not the personal body of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. It is emphasized here that we should offer respect to everything that exists, recognizing it to be the energy of the Lord. That example may be given that if a man is important, his property is also important. The president of a country is the most important person in the country, and there everyone must respect his property. So everything that exists is an expansion of the Supreme Personality of Godhead and should be respected accordingly. If we fail to see everything exists as the energy of the Lord, we risk the danger of drifting into the Mayavad philosophy, which according to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the most deadly poison for one trying to advance in spiritual life. Mayavadi Bhashya Sunile Hoya Sarvanash. Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Lila 169. If we try to understand Krishna alone without the expansion of his potency, we shall not understand such statements in Bhagavad Gita as Vasudeva Sarvamiti, Aham Sarvasya Prabhava, and Aham Sarvasya Prabhava. So, it's an interesting example that the president of the country, he's respected, but we also respect his property. It's not him personally, but because it's connected with him, we respect it. So in this way, all of this material energy, devotee, he sees everything as expansion of Krishna's energies. Therefore he thinks, let me use it for Krishna's service. The Mayavadis, they say, Brahma Satya Jagat Mithya. This creation, it is mithya, is illusion. So this is insult to Krishna. Just like if I paint a beautiful painting, and you come and say, oh, this is useless thing, then I will feel very bad. So this material world, it may not be Krishna, but it is made by him. We tell the artist, oh, your painting is useless. So I'm saying, Brahma Satya Jagat Mithya. No, it is not false, maybe temporary, but it is not false. It is actually there. And the perfect thing is that just like if we see somebody's property, that means it belongs to that person. We respect that. Therefore, we use it in his service. It's generally like the president or somebody has a very big house and there's a big lawn and the grass has to be cut. So he's got a special, small little tractor that runs around and cuts the land. But if I think, oh no, I'm very renounced, I would just cut the grass with scissors, then I'll immediately be fired. You fool. This machine is there, it belongs to the owner, it is for his service. You're neglecting to use the thing you're meant to be serving. You're hired to cut the grass. You think, no, I'm very renounced. I will use the scissors to cut the grass. Foolish. proposal. So devotee, he sees this material world not as maybe temporary, but let me use it for Krishna service. Just like we're using this microphone, not to sing some Bollywood songs, but we're speaking about the philosophy of Krishna consciousness. Whatever we've heard from Srila Prabhupada, we're trying to present. We're using this microphone, we're using printing presses, not to print so many useless magazines, but to present literature that will help people to understand the purpose of life. So devotee, he sees everything as being the property of the Lord, therefore let me use it in the Lord's service. This is a perfect understanding. This is real renunciation, not, mithya, I will not. Just like Prabhupada, I was in LA one time, Prabhupada said, the Mayavadis, you will offer them money, they will put their hand like this. He said, I will say, no, give it, you give it. Not that Prabhupada wants money, but he will use it for spreading Krishna consciousness. We saw Prabhupada had, he came with 40 rupees, and now our expenditure every day is billions and billions of rupees, all over the world, but all for Krishna service. So this is the perfect understanding, this is perfect renunciation. To renounce the idea that this is mine, and this is to be used for my service. As already explained in this chapter, Bhayam Dvitiya Bina Visheshata Syat. Fear or illusion arises from thinking that there is something not dependent on the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Now in this verse, the specific process for overcoming this fearful illusion is given. One must train one's mind to see everything that exists as an expansion of the potency of the Supreme Lord. By offering respects to everything and meditating upon everything as part of the body of the Lord, one will become free from fear. As stated in the Bhagavad Gita, Suridam Sarvabhutanam. Krishna is the well-wishing friend of every living being. As soon as one understands that everything exists is under the powerful control of one's most beloved friend, one comes to the stage in which the whole universe becomes a blissful abode, Vishvam Purna Sukhayate. Because he sees Krishna everywhere. It's like I remember one devotee from 26 Second Avenue, he told me one time they were walking with Prabhupada on the Lower East Side. Now though the Lower East Side of New York wasn't a very attractive, materially it wasn't a very attractive place. And Prabhupada was walking along, he's going, very nice, very nice, very nice. The devotee was surprised and he said to Prabhupada, why? What is so nice? He said, when you become Krishna conscious and you see Krishna everywhere, then you will see everything as nice. Just like the devotee who made me a devotee when he understood that, oh, Krishna is everywhere. Wherever you follow the Krishna is there to catch you. And he was just laughing in ecstasy. So in this material we're always fearful of so many problems, ultimately is death. But I gave the example of the devotees were also dying. Like we see every week somebody, one of our god brothers is leaving or another devotee is leaving. But for a devotee, it's just like, we gave the example of the cat. The cat, she wants to move her kitten from one place to another place, so she grabs the kitten by the neck, and she takes it to another place. And the kitten is saying, oh, my Maya is taking me to a nice place. He feels very happy. He said the same mouth and the same place, the neck, when the cat jumps on the rat, then Prabhupada made funny sound, foot, foot, foot. Now death has come. So for the karmis, death is a very fearful thing. Oh, my bank balance, my house, my car, my wife, my children, everything's, what will happen to everyone without me? It's a very fearful experience. For the devotee, He sees death very, very... now Krishna is taking me out of this material world back to the spiritual sky. It's just like the kitten. Therefore, Bhakti Vinod, he has very beautiful song. Manasa deha geha jo kichu mor arpilum duapade nanda kishore. We're only fearful because we think we have something to lose. But Bhakti Vinod prays, Manasa, my mind, Deha, body, Manasa Deha Geha, my house, Jo Kichu Mor, whatever I have, Arpilum Duapadi Nandakishore. I offer at the lotus feet of Nandakishore. So devotee has nothing to lose, time of death, nothing to lose. He's already offered everything to Krishna. Now Krishna has come to take me home. So devotee is also dying. The materialist is also dying. But the devotee, now he knows, oh, now Krishna has come. He's been training himself for this moment a whole life. Or at least whatever's left of his life when he joins Krishna consciousness. He's training for this moment. And now Krishna is taking me home. So we lose all our fearfulness because we understand like that. If Krishna's personality were not the source of everything, and if everything were not connected to Krishna, one might be proper in concluding that Krishna's personality is a material manifestation of some impersonal truth, as stated in the Vedanta Sutra. Janma Dasyataha, the absolute truth, is that from which everything emanates. Similarly, Krishna says, Aham sarvasya prabhava, I am the source of everything. If we see anything totally disconnected from the personal body of Krishna, we may doubt whether Krishna's personality is actually the absolute source described in the Vedanta Sutra. As soon as one feels this way, he becomes fearful and should be understood to be under the control of the Lord's illusory energy. As soon as we forget Krishna, then we're under the control of Maya. That is a fearful situation. Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur has warned us that if we do not see everything as a manifestation of the Supreme Personality Godhead, we shall become victims of Falgu Vairagya, or immature renunciation. Whatever we see as disconnected from Krishna will have in our mind no relation to Krishna's service. But if we see everything as connected to Krishna, we should use everything for Krishna's satisfaction. This is the point I was making earlier. This is called Yukta Vairagya. According to Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, one who has experienced his own true identity understands that all things exist as paraphernalia for giving ecstatic pleasure to the Supreme Lord. Thus one becomes free from the separatist vision in which one sees the world as existing for one's own personal enjoyment. In the transcendental state, whatever devotee sees reminds him of Krishna, and thus his transcendental knowledge and bliss increase. Because the impersonalist philosophers fail to see everything as belonging to the personal form of Krishna, they reject this world as having no true existence, jagat nitya. But since the material world is an emanation from the supreme reality, Krishna, it does in fact exist. Its non-existence is simply a creation of the imagination, and one cannot possibly act on such an imaginary platform. Therefore, having proposed as an illusory theory and being unable to actually live on such platform, the impersonalist comes back to the material platform for altruistic or gross sense gratificatory activities. Since the impersonalist does not accept the personal proprietorship of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, he does not know how or for whom to engage the things in this world. And since it is impossible to reject this world totally while living within it, he runs the risk of again becoming entangled in material fruitive activities. Therefore, stated in Bhagavad Gita 12.5, Klesho dikaras tesham. This impersonal path of imaginary philosophy is very painful to follow. So Prabhupada points out over and over again in his lectures and purports that the impersonal, though that they renounce everything, that this world is mithya, but then they're opening up hospitals and so many things to solve the illusory problems of the illusory people who don't exist. It's like I remember in the very beginning, one devotee was there in San Francisco and he met one fellow who was presenting the Mayavad philosophy. And he was saying, everything is one, you and I, we're one. So the devotee said, all right, if we're all one, then give me your wallet. Hey man, there's life and there's practical philosophy and there's practical life also. He said, no, you said we're all one, so your wallet belongs to me also. Give it to me. He said, well, there's practical philosophy and then there's practical life. So their philosophy is totally impractical. Just like we know in that film, devotee sees a flower, he says, oh, let me offer this to Krishna. Materially thinks immediately, let me offer it to my girlfriend. But the devotee, he sees a flower, he says, oh, let me offer this to Krishna. Running out of time here. Long purports. The conclusion is that this verse is spoken to help the devotees of the Supreme Lord advance in Krishna consciousness. It can be understood from the previous verses of this chapter that the ultimate goal of devotional service is devotional service to Lord Krishna. If one falsely interprets this verse to sanction the imaginary Mayavad philosophy that everything is God, one will simply become bewildered and fall from the path of spiritual advancement. So Lord Chaitanya has warned us that this Mayavad philosophy is sarvanash. One will be completely destroyed. So we have to understand this philosophy, very practical. Everything belongs to Krishna. The false thing, the world is not false, but the idea that this is mine, that I am this body, and everything connected with my body is mine. That is the false. The thing is not false. But our idea that this is I and mine, this thing has to be given up. So we utilize everything because if there's something, just like we give the example of the person who has a machine for cutting the grass, that is his machine, it belongs to him, but he's hired you to serve, so you have to use that machine. Don't you think that I'm very renounced, I will cut the grass with scissors. No, I've hired you to do the job, you do it practically. So this is real, the yukta vairagya, to see everything is meant for Krishna's service. Hare Krishna. So we have a few minutes left, I think I can see from here. Yes?
Thank you very much. I have a question. I understand this actually, like when we offer food becomes prasada, it becomes holy, or when we offer the concrete, becomes a temple, or when we offer the table, everything becomes like a sacred. So my question is, when we use inferior energy into the superior energy, when we use inferior energy on the service of Krishna, it becomes superior energy?
Yes, that's described in Bhagavad Gita. Everything becomes Brahman. Just like people come to the temple, they say, oh, it's like in the West, we used to just take a house and paint it funny colors and put a sign, Hare Krishna temple. People would come in, but still they would say, oh, some vibration is different here. This place is different. It's got a different place because that material energy has been utilized for Krishna's service. So Prabhupada gives the example, just like you take a piece of iron and you put it in the fire, after a while it becomes fire. A person may say, it is iron, then touch it, rascal. Prabhupada would say, touch it, rascal. You see, it is fire. It is iron, but it has become fire. So if we use this material energy to make these nice concrete and stone temples for Krishna's service, that also becomes spiritual. Like the today when they sent the announcements around, the Prabhupada's letter was that that in Los Angeles I'm here in Vaikuntha. In New York I'm also there in Vaikuntha. All of our temples there Vaikuntha. So this is, the yogis are after mystic powers, but this is the most powerful mystic power. We take the material energy and turn it into spiritual energy.
So everything should be prasad. Our body should be prasad, our bones, everything we do. Yes, thank you very much.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Would you like this for Yukt Vairagya? Is there any eligibility? Because anybody,
is there any
eligibility like to make it use as a Yukt Vairagya? Because sometimes it can be misused also for our sense gratification. We can say that we are doing Yukt Vairagya, but we can use it for our sense gratification. So is there any eligibility? I mean, anybody who can use that Yukt Vairagya?
Therefore we have our spiritual master and we have the senior devotees to guide us. And sometimes we dovetail things so much that there's no more service left. So it takes practice. Practice makes perfect. By practicing Krishna consciousness, we'll understand how to utilize everything properly. And we'll understand when I'm going more towards sense gratification than Krishna's service. And we take, therefore it's very important to have friends in Krishna consciousness. It's like the nectar of instruction, It says, revealing one's mind in confidence and giving gifts and things like that. So we should have we should have friends who we trust, who can see when we're going a little off. And so Prabhu, you're going a little off, you should go this way. So we should always try to find nice friends in Krishna consciousness. So that's why Prabhupada has created this International Society for Krishna Consciousness. It's a society. So we try to help one another to advance in Krishna consciousness. That's the ideal. We don't always do that, but that's what the ideal is. Krishna consciousness is very practical. It's like we see, just imagine that I come to your house and I sit down, I don't look at you, I don't listen to anything you have to say, I don't then what will you feel? But if I come to your house, I have you some nice food, I sing nice songs for you, I do a nice dance for you, I sing nice songs, I tell nice stories for you, then you feel, So the yogis, they're just stopping everything. So how impressed will you be? Somebody just comes and he just looks at the tip of his nose, he doesn't look at you, he doesn't talk with you. He doesn't accept your food. What will you think? What is this guy? So Krishna is practical. We're using everything in Krishna's service. So no other questions, and we can fall down at the very soft and wonderful lotus feet of the grace personality who's engaged us in using everything in Krishna's service. To the Prabhupada ki jai.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama.